Spill the beans for those who don't know about something great that Londonderry High School Band is going to be able to participate
Londonderry High School Band is honored to be returning to the Tournament of Roses Parade on New Year's Day, and we're delighted to have guests from California here. The president of the Tournament of Roses Parade, Mr. Lance Tibbett, and his wife, Amelia.
Well, and thank you all for joining us. And again, we're going to get to all of you after the top of the hour. We've also got some members of the band here. Drum major is here, who's going to talk a little bit about the excitement. And, you know, I want to give a kudos to you. I'm from the Seacoast, and I don't have children in high school or in band, but even I know the success of the program you have created at Londonderry High School. And, you know, it's a great piece of pride for the people in the state that you've been able to do that, Mr. Susi. And so I just want to thank you for doing that. And tell us a little bit about why this is, you guys have been in many big parades over the years, correct?
We've had some great moments, but I have to remind you that we are I'm part of a team. We have a great staff, and I think collectively we work hard with some terrific kids, and we have a supportive community.
And that's huge, the community coming out and helping you raise funds. For instance, I imagine to be able to go to some of these things and equip and uniforms and everything.
There's a lot to it, absolutely.
We're gonna take a break for the top of the hour, but when we get back, we are going to speak to Mr. Susi again about this great opportunity for him and the kids at Londonderry High School. In the band, we've got a student, a drum major from Londonderry High School, and of course Lance Tibbett and his wife Amelia, who Mr. Tibbett is the president of the Pasadena Tournament of Roses. The Londonderry High School band is going to be marching in that huge parade. My notes here say it is one of the most watched parades in the entire world, which is kind of cool. And no, just real quick, Nick, you are the drum major at Londonderry High School. We've got about 30 seconds. Just before we lead into the next hour, what are you feeling knowing you're going to march in this?
Well, unfortunately, next year I'm graduating this upcoming year, so I will not be marching. But it's great to see how the seniors have helped out the underclassmen and the juniors who are up and coming, and helping to prepare the kids for the trip next year. And while we're sad that we're not marching, and we're all very excited for them to be able to go and represent Londonderry.
And you should take great pride in knowing that, some of your guidance and role modeling for the younger students is absolutely what got this organization there. So thank you for that. We're going to talk more to all of you in the next hour. You're listening to New Hampshire Today. I'm Alicia Preston. We'll be back. We have Andy Susi, band director of Londonderry High School, Nick Ramey, who is the drum major of the band. We have Kathy Gagnon, who is president of Friends of Music, which is the booster club for the band to help them raise money, because they're going to the Rose Parade on New Year's Day. They're going to perform, and that is just pretty cool. So joining us, which is also pretty cool, is Lance Tibbett, who is the president of the Pasadena Tournament of Roses, who is up here to help out Londonderry in their efforts to get there. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. It's great to be here.
We are very excited to have you. Tell us a little bit, if you could. Londonderry is one of how many bands chosen to perform?
They're actually one of 10 bands, high school bands from America. There are 22 bands that perform in the parade. 6 of those are returning annual bands. Mm-hmm. So they are among a very elite group.
That's pretty impressive. One of 10 high school bands in the country. Congratulations to all of you. How do you choose? What is the process of choosing them?
I tell you, it is really a difficult process. We have the most outstanding bands apply every year. I mean, this is an iconic parade, and
sure.
And this is something that's on people's bucket lists, and everybody wants to be a part of it. So to have the best of the best come to us, we're looking at, of course, musicality, performance, entertainment, organization, all of those types of things, ability to raise funds, because that's a real key component.
Sure.
And just sort of their background as far as how well they travel and their performance record. So, and these guys at Londonderry, they are at the top of the list.
That's fantastic. Now, of the 10 high school bands that were chosen, how many applied?
We have, I think it probably numbers close to 100 high school bands. Yeah.
So you're in an elite group, Nick. What do you think?
Well, I mean, it's a great honor to be part of an organization that does as many things as the Londonderry High School Band does. This isn't our first time going back. This is our 5th time going back to this parade. The first one was in 1992. And just very impressive when it's done. It's been, a great thing being able to lead the band to where they are now.
Nick, I want to keep on you for a second, because you are a senior, so therefore you will not be able to participate in this. But you made a really good point at the end of last hour and during the break that this is a team effort for everyone on there, and that the seniors, yourself included, and congratulations to you, have done a great job mentoring and assisting underclassmen through this process and getting it to where it is. Tell me a little bit just about how that feels in your process.
I mean, it feels great, to see, these kids grow from even being, freshmen. When I was a sophomore, seeing these kids starting at the freshman level and then getting to where they are now as juniors, and seeing them as future leaders of the band that's going to take this group of nearly 300 people to the biggest parade in the world is very impressive. And having all of my good senior friends, watching them all turn into leaders and lead these kids to become leaders next year, it's a great feeling.
And you play the trumpet.
I do.
You're
That's
the
correct.
drum major in this, but you play the trumpet, and you'll be doing that in college as well.
Yes, that is correct.
That's excellent. Well, I'm sure your Londonderry's proud of you, but the state is too. When you see someone like you advance to the way you have, it'll be fun on New Year's Day to watch that parade and know that you got to meet some people that were really part of making it such a big thing. So thank you, Mr. Susie, Andy. Not your first time at this rodeo.
Very, very excited. This is our 5th time, and like Nick said, the first one was in 1992, and we're back in 97, 2004, and 2011. So it's just been an exciting event each time, and this one promises to be the same.
That's excellent. Now, what did you have to do to submit on the band's behalf to apply to be in the Rose?
There are recordings. Obviously, there's a lot of questions. We try to highlight our community itself, because I think that is really, really important. And this is also an organization that travels a lot. So they know that we have the means in place to mobilize, and we do a lot of fundraising so that kids can become involved. Of course, all of our traveling is optional, but it's a very popular thing. Like, we go to New York City every year for the St. Patrick's Day Parade. We've done 2 inaugural parades. We've done a lot of stuff over the years, including China in 2008.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Oh, wow.
we had 262 in band, but 350 total that traveled right before the Olympics in 2008. We went to Beijing, and that was a great time. So, but the Rose Parade is an American tradition. It's a New Year's Day tradition, and it has an amazing television audience, almost 1 million people on the streets, 2.5 hours to march. It's a 5-mile parade, and it's a challenge. It's a
Sure.
challenge, and when you complete that task, New Year's Day is never the same for you. Again, every New
I
Year's
can
you'll
only
think about,
imagine.
you'll reflect, and you'll think back, wow, that was an amazing experience.
Well, I certainly watch it every year. Now, how many band members will be marching?
Right now, it's about 270.
That's huge.
It's a college-sized band.
That really
Yeah,
is.
it's a
Now,
good size
now
band.
begs the question, how the heck do you afford to get them all there? And Kathy Gagnon, who's the president of Friends of Music, which is the boosters club to raise these
Correct.
funds. I don't know if you can, if you can't share it or don't want to, don't have to. How much is it going to cost to do this, and how much do you have to raise?
Well, we're in the process of final cost. It is a little bit costly to go. And what we do as Boosters Club is we try to offer up many different opportunities to raise money. Whether it's selling different raffle tickets for various sporting events, or if it's some of the kids will go and do yard cleanups and go to homeowners and rake their yards and earn money at an hourly rate. We also have sold cookie dough, bread dough, and last year we had our first mattress fundraiser.
A mattress fundraiser.
Mattress fundraiser, which sounds a little bit
Odd.
yeah, it's different, isn't it? It is, it's different. But I'll tell you, we generated, what was it,
18,000 in one day.
By selling mattresses?
by selling good quality mattresses at half
Okay.
the price. And what they do is they come in and set up a showroom in our cafeteria, and it looks just like a showroom would. People can come in and try out the mattresses, and they will deliver them. And we are having another fundraiser of that kind in October
Oh, pretty
coming
cool.
up again. So if you haven't bought a mattress, wait till October.
Well, they are expensive. So, if you can go 10 years, you haven't changed your mattress yet, might as well wait till October.
Right,
Do 10 and a
right,
half and, do that. What level of success, it's got to be hard. There's a lot of money. There's 270 band members plus staff and everybody else that has to be able to travel. How far out do you have to hit that mark to make sure you can go?
Well, we're hoping to generate a good amount. We're actually in the process of seeking out business and corporate donations and offering them advertising in lieu of their sponsorship towards our fundraising events. I think that, you know, we have a great community and a good team effort, and so far we've received a pretty warm welcome.
Response?
We have a number of businesses that have been very generous so far, and we're very thankful for that. We also have a website, sendtheband.com, and if anybody wants to donate, but it's going to be close to it's going to be about a $500,000 trip.
$500,000 trip.
Yeah.
Sendtheband.com.
Those are the numbers. Sendtheband.com.
That's a very simple website. That's marketing and PR is like my background, and when people have these like 18 letter with number websites, and you're like, you're not going to remember that. This one's easy, guys. Sendtheband.com. This isn't just Londonderry, this is New Hampshire and the New Hampshire community. And what's important, I know, Mr. Tibbetts, you want to talk about this, is you know, preservation of the arts and for our young people. And those who, I know there are a lot of you out there that care about that, even a small donation to demonstrate your support for the continuation of the arts for our young people is so vital. So please, sendtheband.com. Mr. Tibbetts, how do you try to get that point across?
Well, I think it's important to note that our music students, band members, are some of our future leaders. They are typically among our best students. Nick mentioned earlier leadership. In band, you certainly learn leadership.
You do, and we're going to lead more into that right after this break. We'll be back on New Hampshire Today. Some special guests this half hour. Lance Tibbett, who is the president of the Pasadena Tournament of Roses. We have Nick Ramey, the drum major from Londonderry High School. Londonderry High School has been chosen of one of only 10 high schools to participate in the Rose Bowl Parade. That's pretty impressive. Andy Susi, the director of that band, is here with us, as is Kathy Gagnon, who is the president of Friends of Music, who is helping to raise the nearly $500,000 that will be needed to send these kids to that New Year's Day parade. Before the break, we were talking with Mr. Tibbett about the need to, you know, support the arts and to expand the arts for young people. And you noted that most band members actually tend to be some of the best students too, because I presume they're goal-oriented, focused young
Right.
people to get this far. So expand a little on that.
Well, I think, you know, they're highly organized because they have so many things going on. I mean, not only just the music education that helps with learning in particular or in general, but also then to manage your time well and to be focused on studies and school and have that focus, you know, really gives them a leg up and an edge. And what you find is that they go on, predominantly, majority of them go on to college, become leaders in our community later, and it's important that we support the fine arts in general, music in particular, because ultimately we're going to shortchange ourselves if we don't. That's the foundation of our communities.
Sure, and it's, you know, it's part of the broader education for young people. Now, how long have you been president of the parade?
I am president for 1 year.
Oh, it's a 1 year?
I've been a volunteer member for 37 years.
Wow.
I'm one of the 935 volunteers that put on the parade and the game, and it's my
That's a
honor.
lot of people.
That's a lot of people, but it's a big parade, so it takes a lot of us.
It's very cool. And now, so you're from Pasadena.
I am.
So did you get involved just because you're from the area and this is something you're all very proud of and wanted to participate in?
My dad was a member, and I grew up in Pasadena. I wanted to give back to the community, be part of it, and I've enjoyed making the difference that it does to our community and puts certainly Pasadena on the world stage. So very proud to be a part of it.
That's very impressive. Now, Nick, you're going to continue, I presume, I think we discussed, you're going to continue playing through college. And how are you going to, if you can, you talked a lot about helping the younger people and giving back in that capacity. Is that part of this too? I mean, in addition to playing, but being part of the greater arts community, so to speak, and helping young people?
Of course. I mean, it's always, you know, great to support that community and to, you know, whenever I can, help out the young musicians. You know, every now and then we have at the middle school in Londonderry, there's a jazz program that they do every Thursday afternoon, and every now and then I'll go and help out with the trumpet section there and the other instruments, because, you know, I feel it's nice to give back, because next year I'm leaving New Hampshire. I'm going to Virginia to go to college. So
Where are you going?
Virginia Tech. So,
Hey, I've heard of that school. Not bad, last I checked.
yeah,
Congratulations.
very proud to be going there. Very excited. But you know, it's one of the last years I'll be able to really be here in the community to help out. So I feel like I do that, you know, whenever I can.
Well, that's fantastic, and clearly you've made a mark.
Thank you. Yeah.
Andy, you guys are not done after this show today. You had I guess, a big day yesterday, and another fancy day today.
We had a great day yesterday. We were in the St. Patrick's Day Parade in Manchester, and the folks that organized that parade were very, very gracious, and they had a car for the Tibbets, and they were right in front of us. They had banners for us, and we had a nice police escort, 4 officers on motorcycles and 2 crews. It was just really, really exciting. We had over 200 kids in the parade. It's tough to get kids in a parade on a Sunday, but we really had a good time. This morning we'll be at meeting Governor Sununu at 9:30, so we're looking forward to heading up to Concord after we leave here, and it's very, very exciting. We had a nice reception last night, honoring the Tibbets and their being here. I had a drum major that showed up last night that was with the first parade in '92. She drove up from West Virginia
Wow.
to be here for last night, and we had a couple of others as well. So I had, it's neat. It's one of those things that's so special in your life that
Sure.
you just hang on to, and it was great to see alumni return for that reason. And it's
Well,
been-
what a great tribute to the band, to you, to the organization of the Rose Bowl that student drove so far, because it was such a momentous occasion for him or her.
Yes, it was great. It was great.
That's fantastic. We've only got about 30 seconds left, but Kathy, I wanted to again get to you briefly. Guys, it's very simple. Sendtheband.com. Let's help. This is not on the backs of Londonderry. These guys are one of 10 high schools in this country. They are representing New Hampshire. They are representing the level of support we show for the arts, for their success, and for their achievement. Kathy, any brief tips on what we can do to convince the community of New Hampshire to come out and give some money to make sure these guys can go?
Well, I think it's a great organization, which would benefit the kids. We want to make sure that we have as many kids as possible that can go on this trip. You can reach out to us, again, through sendtheband.com.
We're also a 501c3, so your deduction is tax deductible. So if you're a business, or, that is, like Coca-Cola was gracious. They gave us $5,000.
That's very nice.
It's very, very special. It's a first, and they are very supportive of our cause, and it's very, very exciting. So.
That's excellent. We have to wrap this up. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have Sean Jasper. I want to thank all of you very much for coming in. Again, sendtheband.com. Don't forget, donate. Ms. Susie, did you have one last thought?
Thank you so much, Alicia, for having us.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you. Ms. Tibbets, welcome to New Hampshire. We
Thank
hope
you.
the weather gets a little nicer for you while you're here.
We're enjoying weather, actually.
If not, come back in the spring. It's lovely around here. Nick, best of luck to you fellow students that are in the room. Good luck to you guys as well. We'll be back right after this.